Okay, well we're now going to turn to debate the issue, and obviously Councillor Cartwright will be able to sum up later and deal with the issues particularly which councillors who have made comments have raised. What I'd like to emphasise first though is that this is very much a partnership. We've heard from our partners in the police, we've heard from people in the community, and we also have our own officers here who are part of that very important partnership, and Sally Chapman and Narinda Baines at the back of the room. All of these agencies, plus others, working together on this problem. And it is a very real problem. We've heard some very graphic descriptions this evening of what has actually been going on in our town centre and the sorts of people that are causing these problems. We know exactly who they are. We know there are 42 of them. We know where they live, and I don't use that word guardedly. We know where most of them live, in their homes. And they come to Fareham from Portsmouth, Southampton, Winchester, and other places. Why do they come to Fareham? Because unfortunately some of our residents give them money, and they get, it seems, more money in Fareham than they can elsewhere, so they come to Fareham because they feel that they're going to get what they're coming for. I hear that some of them turn their noses up when they're offered food because that isn't going to feed their drug and alcohol habits. It's drugs and alcohol they want, and therefore they want money. And if you do happen to go behind the newsagents' calls, have a little look around there, more than welcome, and you'll see the paraphernalia, you'll see the drugs, you'll see the syringes, you'll see various other bits and pieces which show just what is going on. And there are other places in Fareham, in the town centre, where that is happening as well. So I think it is absolutely right that we are taking action, and we're taking action which is proportionate and is within the law. We've heard that 42 people are causing 30% of the crime in Fareham town centre, and that is quite something, and clearly it's something that we need to deal with as quickly as we can, because of course people have a right, you know, right-thinking people, decent people have got a right to come into our town centre, to enjoy it, to live in the town centre, to work in the town centre, and to visit the town centre. And it really is not good enough if the first thing they see, if they get off a bus or get out of a taxi and walk past Westbury Manor Museum and see what has been going on previously on those seats there and what is happening round and about. So I think this is absolutely the right approach. I take Councillor Davis's point about the boundary. As I understand it, it is where there is evidence now of a problem, that is the boundary that we have drawn. If further evidence comes forward for other areas, then the boundary can be increased. We can consult again and we can make it wider. As I say, I think we need to take this action for the decent people in this borough who expect to be able to live without molestation, without being offended, insulted, assaulted, and begged from. And I think it's very appropriate that we should move forward with this. Who's next?
Thank you, Chairman. I think you've said everything that I was going to say, and slightly more eloquently than I can probably say. But yes, I very much support the paper that's in front of us this evening. I think the key words that we have are on page 10, item 2, Fareham is a safe place to live and work. And we need to make sure that our residents feel that. And Mrs. Freeman, if you've never done a deputation, you've done a very good one this evening, because you've described exactly what we shouldn't have in Fareham and what we're trying to undo to make it a safe and pleasant place to live. So very much support it. I do have a concern about moving on the problem to other areas like Broadlaw Walk and Fareham North West. But I'm assuming that we can monitor that, and if need be, we can bring back more orders if we have to cover the areas if they do move on. So we can keep a close eye on it if the problem becomes worse in those two areas. As you say, 42 homeless people are not homeless. There are 14 agencies, if only they would engage with them to seek help for their alcohol and their drug problems. But if they don't want to do it, then what more can we do to help them? We've done the best we can, but yes, I support the paper.